Welcome back. Focus on your breath. When you have lots of mental distractions, when you meditate, it's very helpful, right, and necessary to relate with your breath, right? Do you think it's best method, focus on your breath? Do you like meditate on your breath? Yeah, I think it's really nice, right?
I find though, if I'm really stressed and I try to meditate, I can't.
Right?
I just wait for a while and then I meditate.
Uh-huh.
Welcome to the club.
Breathing is powerful symbol of being alive, right? If you stop breathing, then you are dead. Then so you experiencing your breath is experiencing your life. That's what I see. You investigate and focus on your breath. I think you can learn lots of things like about your life. When you begin to notice that you are breathing, it brings you back just naturally, Oh, my mind is somewhere else. I have to, how can I control this? You don't have to think all that kind of thing, you're focused on your breath. It's just naturally bring you back. So therefore, there is a connection to your life and really helps your meditation. Meditation is about your life. Spiritual, the path, the spiritual is actually about your life. Everything is the movement of the breath, the experience of the body, experience of your thoughts, your mind, all take place simultaneously. You don't stop breathing when you think, right? It's just, naturally. The mindfulness of mind is like, the sunlight. It's like simultaneously. And sunlight's reflecting on everywhere, right? Everywhere. It's very nature thing. In the practice of mindfulness mind, if you try to find something like, special and like this famous experience of mindfulness, and as you look harder and harder, you begin to lose the sense of mindfulness altogether. You cannot do that. Just you have to, everything is in nature. Your mindfulness, your awareness, your breath, everything is, it's a nature thing. So you have to give up that kind of idea and that kind of expectation, So from this point of view, the practice of mindfulness and awareness are for people who practice meditation on their own. Just everything is the nature. If you understand this is just a life, Sometimes people say that, okay, this is very negative energy. Or this is a very positive. I want that. I don't want that. Then when you meditate or whatever, your daily life, your activity, whatever, you can feel this negative energy. Then you kind of try to run away from this. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't work. The great meditators, they have whatever the circumstances, good or bad, everything bring together into their life. Then it works. If something is, you think it's a negative, so I don't want to go there, then it doesn't work. You will get more and more this negative. You have to bring that negative, whatever the energy in your life, and then you practice. Give them your compassion and love, Even like try to help, not actively, but, in your mind. Visualize whatever you experience, the negative or whatever, you bring that into your practice and give them your positive. Then it's work. It takes time, but it's slowly, then you will not get that kind of negative, So positive, negative, it's same thing. We need both in order to develop our meditation. So if you focus on your breath and mindfulness awareness, you do meditate on this all the time, then you are seeing that this nature, amazing nature of your life. Then you can practice meditation on your way. That's, I think, very good because many people can't and don't always have a lot of time to attend meditation programs, right? You have to once you receive the instructions, you have to meditate on your way. Because most people can't come, most people, don't have time. So these practice you can do when, that's why I'm trying to say, like, mindfulness, awareness, this kind of meditation you can do when you're working on your office, right? Whatever, a restaurant, whatever, a factory, whatever, you can meditate. It doesn't matter whatever you do, Just I said, you have breath. You have to breathe in and out. And as long as you're mindful, then you're experiencing your life because you are experiencing and you are focused on your breath. Very simple way, say it's like when you are experiencing your breath or focus on your breath, then actually you have mindfulness and awareness, meditation. It's great foundation. This meditation is really, really important. And in Tibetan we say Danba means mindfulness. Dan means like not forgotten, right? Dan is to remember. What to remember? Shivyin means awareness, means like you have to recognize both positive, negative, whatever is disturbing emotion, whatever you have to recognize. This recognition is part of your wisdom. Then you know how to deal with it, right? Because also you are developing your wisdom. The Shivyin is the awareness in Tibetan. Awareness is actually it's a part of your wisdom. If we have a book, the Shantadeva's The Way of Life, Way of the Bodhisattva, this book, there's 2 chapters. One chapter is about mindfulness, and one chapter is about awareness. And Shantadeva was really focused on these 2 chapters, so important. When I was 11, I think 11 years old, and I don't remember exact, but I think around 11 years old, my teacher taught this 2 chapters always. Like we studied these 2 chapters a year. It's about mindfulness. It's about awareness. Today we just talking here like very simple and small topic, right? But if you have these books, you should read these 2 chapters. It's very important.
Will you teach us the wisdom chapter, the awareness chapter, the way of the Bodhisattva? Because that would be really helpful to study with you. Maybe next teaching cycle or the series of Sundays.
We'll see. Past I studied, right? I have to study all of that. And then future, we don't know. Now, what we need is focus on the present moment. Focus on the present moment. Breathe out, breathe in. We'll see. Everything is spontaneous, like the nature of life is you cannot make plan. It's just spontaneous, whatever it is, You can make plan. Okay, this 1 o'clock, I breathe out. 1:30, breathe in. You can, right? You can. It's just nature. Spontaneous, okay? That's your life. Life is spontaneous. It's beautiful. Spontaneous, no matter what circumstances, good or bad. You just bring everything into your life and, practice giving and taking. It's beautiful. If you have this kind of technique or method, then you know how to take care of your life, no matter what. Bodhisattvas like to experience all these negative energies, negative thoughts, so that you have experienced how to help others. Otherwise, your mind always happy and you don't have any experience about others' situation. How can you help others? Right? It's difficult. You need Like sometimes that way, I don't like this Tibetan, these great teachers. They just always, have everything like, the perfect environment. They sit on throne. It's like gold and, everything like that. You are not, you don't know. You don't know what is other people's situation. You don't know. So you really, like Churjim Tongpa is like, sometimes he goes with the students and have a, all this. I think it's a great, idea. Then then you know how to help, your student. If you don't know their situation, you just teach whatever Buddha said. It's wonderful, but not only that way. So,
So can you teach the wisdom chapter while we're all having beer together?
once you have a bodhicitta mind, I can teach you the wisdom chapter so easily. Patur Rinpoche, one of his students asked him, about this Abhidharma, not Abhidharma, the way, the Abhidharma is Prajna Paramita. And Patur Rinpoche said, first you have to meditate on bodhicitta, and then I will teach you everything like that. And then the student went a cave in, and 9 years meditate, relative bodhicitta, ultimate bodhicitta, everything Patur Rinpoche gave him, right? And then after 9 years, he came back to Patur Rinpoche and said, now I have bodhicitta. Can you teach me the Prajna Paramita? Oh yeah. So then they celebrate actually, because I'm very happy that you have a bodhicitta mind. So they have good tea and tsamba like that. During the tea and tsamba, then he just teach, that he taught about Prajna Paramita, and that's it. He understands everything. So what I'm saying is, teaching very important. But more important is like, the good foundations you have to develop. You have to build your foundation, and bring them into your daily activities. So that's foundation, mindfulness. The foundation of mindfulness practice is being mindful of the mind itself. This makes sense? So there are few methods of resting the mind. These methods are not just methods of practice, though, but they're also the stages in the establishment of this komobiden, right? Shamatha. And it is the most helpful in relation to mindfulness and awareness. So first we have an instruction for this practice called resting the mind. Resting the mind. That is the instruction. That is the method. So this method is cultivation of mindfulness and also awareness. So the rest in the mind. Rest in mind part is you are trying to identify with the breath. rather than just watching it, Then you are, if you do this, then just there is kind of what you call it, really connection. You are the breath. The breath is you. There is no separate, two separate things, I mean, it doesn't mean that your mind is necessarily without any thoughts, right? But rather simply that it doesn't have to be in a constant state of agitation. So the key is just to rest the mind, and when you can clearly be aware of this this calmness, this rest. This is what we call it, rest in the mind. Rest in the mind. That's the first method, right? First method is rest in the mind. And the second method is we call continuous resting. Continuous resting. It means you reach the next stage when you can slightly sort of prolong this state of rest. That's why your meditation is important. You know how to rest your mind. But it's really short way, right? So then you need the second method, continuous resting. Don't too much, make sort of, what do you call it, this expectation, like maybe 1 minute, 2 minutes without agitations, disturbing emotions. Don't, so just maybe little bit, rest in your mind, and then try to little bit sort of continuous resting on that, as much as you can, like that. So you just continues the practice of mindfulness by whatever this, the object, like if you focus on your breath. And then for sure, right? It's a distraction. It will arise, definitely. So then what do? You recognize that. You recognize that. And then you return to the breath again. So everybody can meditate for a second, but it's difficult to continue, focus on that meditation, like mindfulness, awareness, even though it's kind of simple meditation, but it's actually when you sit and then you start meditate, it's difficult to continue meditate. So therefore you just need the relaxation and the recognition. Because mindfulness and awareness, what allows you to understand what is going on in this moment. That's why you need the recognition, your wisdom. So this is what we call continuous resting. So in the practice of meditation, rest in the mind and continue rest, these two methods work with how you directly feel your experience. Your experience. And if you have a sort of negative experience, don't try sort of diminish it. Just to bring that negative experience into your practice. Then you need another instructions for that, how you do that, right? So we have so many different meditation instructions because of all of these kind of things, you know. Because they know, these teachers, you know, when of course when you meditate, you will find all this experience, so many different experience, beautiful experience, ugly experience, so many. And then these teachers, okay, I don't want this negative experience. And then they meditate on it. It doesn't work. Then they recognize, oh, you have to really integrate. You have to bring that negative experience, and then easily, you know, when somebody, you fight with somebody and you both angry, right? It doesn't work that way. If you have compassion and patience, paramita, to this person, that is the best method to, you know, then this person become your friend. Otherwise, you fight with this person. It doesn't work that way. The situation getting worse and worse if you fight. You work together, talk about patience, you know, talk about compassion, then it will work. So you have to bring, you know, and that's this, you know, all these teachers, they, you know, it's amazing. So the rest in mind is the part of the relaxation, right? Then you feel that you are who you are. Rest in the mind. Because you are there, you are here. That is mindfulness. So simple. Mindfulness. And then you have this continuous resting. This part is you are here, but then you also can let go of your agitations, disturbing emotions. I recognize all this nature, your life, you know. Because you have the recognition that directly from your awareness, I think this combination of practice, you know, help your mind very stable and help you experience your life. And helps you understand your mind. That's the most important. That is the essence of meditation. Understand your mind, right? Because you know all the teachings of Buddha, there's only one clear message that is nothing more important to getting to know your mind That is the essence of the teachings. Why? The reason is very simple, because everything that we experience is discovered within this mind. So the mind is the experience of each moment of your life. Therefore, whatever method you use, meditation is just getting to know your mind. So then, once you understand your mind, then you're looking at the mind and its relationship to the appearance of the world, appearance of the samsara. Then you can see the samsara itself is beautiful. You can see it. You observe the mind to see what the mind itself, right? But in order to see that sort of, this reality, you need to have authentic experience, authentic meditation, authentic foundation. Therefore, practice mindfulness and awareness. And all this mind training, meditation, is very important. So therefore, if you follow Buddha's teaching and if you want to know about your mind through your meditation, right, you need to practice this kind of foundation. Otherwise, you can't stop your negative thoughts just right away. It doesn't work. So you need, first of all, you need to make friend yourself. It means that accepting yourself and everything that you learn about yourself, you bring back to the simple awareness of your body and your thoughts. Not only you're mindful of your breath and your thought process, but you are also fundamentally aware. So that moment is the essence of insight, and that moment is the essence of the awareness. And your experience becomes very true, very pure. And at this point in your practice, your journey on the path of mindfulness, everything in your life sort of start meaningful, I think meaningful. So therefore, no matter how long you're going to meditate, you should try to meditate the first, meditate mindfulness, awareness. These are like a preliminary practice, right? We call it foundation. Mindfulness, awareness, foundation of all other your meditations. But actually you have to bring these two meditations to the end until enlightenment. It's not actually the foundation. It's actually the main practice, right? When you practice bodhicitta, you need mindfulness awareness. When you practice great perfection, you need mindfulness awareness. My root teacher always say that, if you practice on awareness and mindfulness, then everything sort of transforms into very gentle. What does that mean? It means how you talk with others, how you look, with things, and how you walk on the path. Everything, your conduct, everything will be gentle if you're mindful. You have awareness. Because why? Because you are paying attention, right? These kind of things. When you talk with others, you are paying attention to how you know how to talk. Sometimes people talk and hurt others because then you are not paying attention. You're just talking. And awareness. When you meditate, of course, we have these thoughts, right? Disturbing thoughts. But awareness brings the recognition. Recognition. Recognition means like clear mind, clear mind. That is, clear mind is the wisdom. It's the wisdom. It's actually, everything is there, these good qualities. Everything is there, but we just don't pay attention. We just always, we are thinking and we're doing something else. Otherwise, we all have wisdom. We all have clear mind. We all have this relaxation, recognition, but that's there, actually. It's there. Sometimes they call it self-knowing wisdom, right? Self-knowing wisdom, this awareness, self-knowing wisdom. So therefore, without awareness, all this, recitations and visualizations are actually not so much powerful, if the mind is on something else, and then you're thinking something like your business or whatever, something, and it's not really powerful meditation, powerful, right? It's also good, still good if you're say the mantras and whatever, and then you're thinking something else. It's better than nothing, right? But that means you are not mindful, right? You don't have the recognition at that moment. You don't have this awareness part, So awareness mind is very much necessary for practitioners. Clear sort of recognition of awareness and this self-knowing wisdom when you meditate. So again, when you meditate correctly, then there is a relaxation, right? And your relaxation in your body, your mind, it is the part of your mindfulness. And then you are aware of your situation and sort of you look at the situation directly, then there is a clear wisdom. That is part of your awareness practice. Both mindfulness, mind, awareness, mind. Two different. They're actually not different, right? So when you have mindfulness, probably your awareness there. So it's very important in your daily, especially like daily activities, you you should try to remember your awareness mind. Be aware of your situation, These days, I try to focus on aware of situation because, I don't know, this time is we need awareness. Whenever you go, you have to be aware, be careful, aware the situation. So these two meditation like mindfulness, awareness go with all your sort of both worldly and spiritually. All this, the activities, they're really useful. They're really useful. They just not, we're not meditate, something that not part of our life. These are very useful. They support your actions, your attitude. From that perspective, it would be no matter how much worldly activity you do, as long as you mixed your practice and with your worldly activities. It's hard though, it's difficult, but that's we are trying to, that's why we meditate, right? We're not like Milarepa. Milarepa give up everything. There is no worldly activities at all, right? But we have everything, like most of time. Let's say you practice 3 hours. Then what? Other hours? Worldly activities, right? So important. You have to bring, you mix your practice with these activities, worldly activities. It's very important. If you do this, then you will become even more capable at your worldly activities and more sort of beneficial. And will probably be able to accomplish those even better than before. If you, of course, it's I know. This is because there were 80 Mahasiddhas, meditators, masters, the great masters, 80. They were people who did all kinds of different things, They had all kinds of just, ordinary occupations, Looks like very much worldly activities. Very, But you can see they never lose their practice. They never lose their practice, which we call self-knowing wisdom, right? Self-knowing wisdom. When they do their worldly activities and whatever they do, never lose their practice. Because mindfulness, because awareness. So, it's really helpful, this kind of meditation. But sometimes when we're talking about this renunciation, right? Renunciation. Sometimes people think that, or it means that you have to give up everything. You have to, That's, I think, very misunderstood. Because you are not capable to do that, Now you see, according to this, the great teacher, great masters, their activities, and if you follow their instructions, you don't have to give up everything. Means like you can have, family, your job. You can have everything if you know how to do it, with your practice, So sometimes people think that, I want to meditate. I don't want these other things. That's temporary renunciation. Temporary renunciation, not good at all. I think it's then you lose your job. But then temporary renunciation, for example, you give up everything and you meditate, and then you have a difficult, of course, the challenge, difficult. You cannot handle, yeah.
You're talking about practicing this meditation while you're doing other things.
Try to, yeah.
You're trying.
Yeah.
Okay, does that mean just awareness of what you're doing and how it's affecting you and affecting
Everything, like if you try to focus on that, everything you recognize what is positive, what is negative. Are you going to harm others, or you're going to help others? Everything you know. That's the clear mind.
That would seem very difficult.
No, it's not difficult. If you are focused on your breath, it's difficult. Breathe in and breathe out.
No, that isn't difficult.
No, so then there is nothing different. Breathe in is mindfulness. Breathe out is awareness.
Even while I'm doing something else.
If you are doing something else, you don't have to stop and breathe in and breathe out. Just do with spontaneously together, but make sure that you have a relaxation and recognition. So you have to meditate, right? First, you have to meditate. But you can do it. You can do it. If you don't meditate, just intellectual understanding, intellect doesn't help. So if you bring just these instructions into your meditation and meditate, whatever, it takes time, but eventually you can do it. You become this like Edi Mahasiddhas, you have a family, you have a job, but you can do it. You never lose your practice. You never lose your practice. I always say, if you have two different times, then you are not good practitioner at all. This is my practice time. Everything's good. Breathe in, breathe out. All right? And then okay, I'm done. Now I'm going to eat. Okay, I'm going to eat. I'm going to work. Then there is no meditation, kind of. No practice, nothing, no mindfulness, nothing. You go to restaurant, you eat, you find some food you don't like, you angry, So there are two different times, two different sections. Then your meditation is not powerful. My teachers always say, you meditate, right? That's important. But the more important is when you're not meditating, remember your instruction, remember your teachers. So it takes time, though. Take time, right? But you can do it. Of course, you can do it. And So when you breathe in and breathe out, right, there is a relaxation and recognition, right? When you breathe in, breathe out. When you breathe in, focus on your breath. When you meditate, right? When you meditate, when you breathe in, focus on your breath, and then you pause for a second, right? And relax there, right? Then just that moment you have no thoughts and it's really peaceful, right? And then suddenly we don't know where these thoughts come from, but suddenly they are there. They're already there. That's why you need this awareness. Recognize your thoughts. Okay. You understand what is going on. Then breathe out. So when you breathe out, let your thoughts and everything sort of, go. Kind of dissolve into, now you have this experience of the relaxation, right? So your thoughts and everything dissolve sort of into that relaxation. And then relax again. So that's when you meditate. But when you're not meditate, you're doing something else. You breathe in and then pause. You don't do that, right? You pause. But this is how you train. When you meditate, you train. You develop your mind. So there is a process, stages, right? First breathe in, what then you do. Breathe out, what then you do. You have to kind of this. You have to understand this. And then when you not meditate, you don't have to really focus on it. It's naturally, when you breathe in, you relax. Breathe out, you understand it. Breathe in and out very quick, right? But when we teach, when we meditate, we do very slowly, step by step. Okay, breathe in and then pause. Don't breathe out right away, and then focus on your awareness like that. But when you're not meditate, this breathe in and out very fast. That's why you don't understand. You don't understand what you're doing. You are not pay attention to, because this breathe in and out, you don't have to stop. Whatever you do is okay. You can do whatever you can breathe in and out. You can do it together, right? Because that's our habit. But mindfulness, awareness is, we don't have that habit. So that's why we forget. We forget and we're not pay attention. We're not aware of everything. But when you meditate, it helps that. It helps, you aware and pay attention. The teachers always my teachers, when they drink a tea, they really, I can tell they're focused on and pay attention, aware of the taste and whatever they experience. We just drink it and then it's just gone. Is it good? Your tea is good? I'm not so sure. Too fast. I think too fast. So first time you have to really slowly go step by step, and then you are really good about it, and then you can do it fast. Like it's mantra. When I practice the mantra, I'm very good, right? It's fast. I can do fast. You can. You just go slowly, word by words, and then when eventually you can do like me, very fast, right? So, that's your practice, okay? And sometimes you should more focused on your awareness. When you breathe in, how do I say this? Turn your attention to, when you breathe in, this clarity of awareness, your mind. When you do this, actually you experience, when you breathe in, turn your attention to the clarity of your awareness of your mind. And when you breathe out, let your breath dissolve into this clarity of awareness, your mind. And recognize that experience. So this time, at this moment, I'm talking about only you more focus on your awareness, right? I'm not talking about mindfulness. So when you breathe in, attention, turn your attention to your clarity, awareness, mind, and then breathe out, recognize that experience. This is different, right? When you when you breathe out, you recognize your thoughts, right? If you have thoughts. But this time, when you only focus on awareness, recognize that experience, the nature of awareness. And again, continuous resting means like concentrate on that as much as you can. So whatever you meditate, actually there are these two methods, like rest in the mind, and then continuous rest. So if you do this, the point is you can bring a sense of clarity and relaxation into your experience. Then eventually you have only mindfulness awareness in your mind. That's all. No other thoughts. No other thoughts. Eventually. I said eventually. Which means you have a relaxation and the self-knowing wisdom. You have only that because, So that's your mindfulness awareness practice. Do you understand? We have a few minutes. You want to meditate again on your awareness? Just for a few minutes, okay? Same thing. Maybe this time you don't have to meditate on the combination mindfulness when, just I said, only awareness. Practice awareness with your breath. Breathe in and out. Because it also helps you, relax your mind too. So it's mindfulness there already. So, do you understand? Breathe in. When you breathe in, you will see this kind of, you will see or you will experience the clarity of awareness of your mind when you breathe in. Sometimes keep your eyes open is better because you kind of see, means you experience this clarity, the light inside the sunlight of awareness of your mind. And then too much sort of disturbing emotions, then maybe keep your eyes closed. So whatever is comfortable. So breathe in like that, and then breathe out. So breathe out, dissolve into that clarity of your awareness of mind. Then I'm sure you have experience. So recognize that experience and then continuous rest on that experience as much as you can. Okay? So meditate on that for a few minutes, please. In and breathe out very slowly, gently. Then you pause there. You just recognize that. Don't edit any thoughts. Just, am I doing wrong? Am I doing right? Is this my awareness? Is this my mindful? Don't add any thoughts. Just to relax. Pause. Pause there as much as you can. Don't rush. Take breath in right away. Together. Breathe in very slowly like that. Breathe out like that. And then pause. Don't breathe in with your recognition. Don't focus on your breath now. Just relax in this experience. Whatever you experience here, just focus on that. Then you have to breathe in. When you breathe in, just focus on your breath, nothing else. Everything's let it go. Breathe in very slowly and long breath. Then very slowly breathe out, very long breath. The doctor said this is really good for your lung and everything. Especially good for me, my nose. Then just pause there. Don't add any thoughts. This is the nature of your life. Means this present moment that that's it, like that, okay? Do like millions of times. Okay, now dedication. May I attain in each and every life the sublime virtues of existence in peace, May I pursue the followless mind of truism, working for the welfare of others on the vested. Through this very merit mind, every single sentient being eliminate all forms of miserability. May His supreme precious Bodhisattva take birth where it is not a reason, where it has a reason, may it never wane, but continue to grow forevermore. May I, in all my life, no matter where I'm born, and in the seven qualities, the upper realms existence, may I meet the Dharma immediately after taking birth, and have the freedom of breathing perfectly. May I please the sublime birds, day and night, dedicate myself to the Dharma, by realizing the Dharma and practicing its innermost. May I cross the oceans of conditions existence in this very life. May I achieve sublime Dharma perfectly, never become aware of tried benefit others in samsara. May I only pressure in all conditions and activities to the benefit of others. May all attain enlightenment together. Thank you.